All right, guys, week 2 is not done yet because, well, I have to make this video a little earlier than usual. The holidays are coming up, and I got to make sure to get this done because this is, of course, a priority. I need to tell the people who I'm picking, especially after last week. Yes, the Lions and the Giants are playing tonight, and I do have the Lions winning this game. The line did move to +3, but I mean, it's just I think it's either a trap or the Lions are going to win this game because I don't care if OBJ is playing. He's going to be a decoy at best, and the Giants looked awful last week against the Cowboys. But back to what you want to hear. Last week, I went 12-2 straight up. Yeah, I said it, 12-2, and I'm right now 9-4 against the spread, which is awesome. And when I say 9-4, I actually mean 9-5 because there have been 14 games so far, with the 15th game being played tonight. So 9-5 against the spread and 12-2 straight up so far, which is going to be 13-2 by the end of tonight and 10-5 by the end of tonight, which is an awesome week. Awesome. I'm so excited to watch tonight's game. All right, so I'm going to go over 5 games like I did last week, and all my picks will be in the description for week 3. Here we go. All right, the first game I'm going to go over is the Rams versus the 49ers. The 49ers are home. The Rams are favored by 2.5 points. It looks and smells like a trap game that Vegas is trying to trap you with, but to be honest, I think this is just too easy. I think the Rams are going to win by 2.5. Rams are actually a serviceable team with Jared Goff, with Sammy Watkins, with Aaron Donald, with Todd Gurley, with all those weapons. Aaron Donald being a weapon on defense, absolutely. And they actually played well against a good offense in the Redskins last week. I know they lost, but still they played and showed that they are a team that can fight with fringe teams going to the playoffs. And they destroyed the Colts, who are a crap team. So if you play another crap team like the Colts, which is the 49ers with Brian Hoyer, who is really just a serviceable backup in my opinion, then you're going to beat them. So I take the Rams, you take the -2.5 points, you say thank you Vegas. Unless they know something we don't know, which I don't think so, then the Rams win this game by 10. It's that simple. The next game I'm going to go over is the New York Jets hosting the Miami Dolphins. You got the New York Jets, who actually showed you some good things, but as we all know, they give you little bits of false hope, less than usual this year because they're so terrible. And then they muff a punt. They don't go for it on 4th down to win the game because of Todd Bowles. They make stupid plays on defense. Darren Lee looks like he's a punching bag. I mean, it's that simple. The Jets are just poop. And then you got the Miami Dolphins coming in as a 6-point spread, and you're like, what the hell? How are they not more than a 6-point spread, Vegas? Are you trying to take my money because you know something that we don't know? And I'm just like, unless Jarvis Landry and Jay Ajayi are both not playing, I'm taking the 6-point spread. We're not going to be able to guard Jarvis Landry. And if we are, we're not going to be able to guard Devontae Parker and Kenny Stills and Jay Ajayi. Jay Cutler is good enough to beat a Jets team. They beat the Chargers, who are a much better team than the Jets. So, duh, 1 + 1 = 2. You take the Dolphins -6 and you say thank you, Vegas. Next game I'm going to go over, I think Vegas totally missed on, and I would bet on them right now before the spread goes ridiculous. You got the Bills hosting the Broncos, and the Broncos are only favored by 3 points. I understand that if the other team is home, you usually give 3 points each way, so if the Broncos were home, you'd probably do 6, and if they were on a neutral field, they would probably be like 4.5, 5. But I think that's totally off. The Broncos played unbelievable defense against a better offense of the Dallas Cowboys than the Buffalo Bills. And I don't think the Buffalo Bills defense is that good. I mean, they did play well last week, but not so well. They played okay. I mean, they showed flashes. LaShawn McCoy is a beast, but Denver Broncos stopped Ezekiel Elliott. You think they can't stop LaShawn McCoy? Don't get me wrong. I think LaShawn McCoy is better, but I think that Ezekiel Elliott has a better offensive line in front of him. And also, Dak Prescott couldn't do anything. I don't think Tyrod Taylor's going to be able to do much. So you take the Broncos, you take the -3 because their defense is going to absolutely obliterate them. You got Trevor Siemian looking like, I don't know, a good quarterback. You got Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, who Buffalo Bills can't guard both of them. And that's it. Denver Broncos, you take the -3. I think they win by 10. Easy 10 points. And I think this is an easy game. I don't know if a lot of these games are trap games, but for Vegas, but I think that's an easy bet. You take Denver. All right, the next game I'm going to go over is the Raiders versus the Redskins. I think this is a lot harder than people think. This isn't just an easy pick. The Raiders are favored by 3 points going to Washington. And This is hard because the one thing about the Raiders team that is their Achilles heel that I think is going to keep them from going to the Super Bowl this year is their secondary. And there's a lot of good wide receivers in the AFC, and there are a decent amount of good receivers on the Redskins. You got Terrell Pryor Sr., you got Jordan Reed if he's healthy and he can play. You got Crowder who runs past anybody. You got Kirk Cousins who looked pretty good last game, who did not look good the first game. So this is hard. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this game because I believe that Derek Carr is going to be able to throw the ball easier against the Redskins defense than the Redskins are against the Raiders defense. I think the Raiders will be able to get to Kirk Cousins. I'm going to take the spread too. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. I think the Raiders are going to win by about 4 or 5 points. So I wouldn't bet on this game. I think it's a game you stay away from. I would not be surprised if the Redskins win. But if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the Raiders because of the amount of weapons they have on offense. Marshawn Lynch is going to tire out that defense, and then Derek Carr is going to be able to throw it deep to Michael Crabtree, who had a huge week last week with 3 TDs against a terrible defense in the Jets, of course, but still, huge confidence booster. You got Amari Cooper, who is just a certified great wide receiver, top 20 wide receiver in the league. So, and Derek Carr is just a top 10 quarterback in the league, maybe even top 5. So you got a good team, more well-rounded team in the Raiders versus the Redskins, but do not be surprised that this is a shootout and the Redskins can really hang tough with the Raiders because of that Raiders secondary. Last game I'm going to go over is the New England Patriots hosting the Texans. Obviously, straight up, the New England Patriots are going to win. That's obvious. The problem is the 13 points. My rule is to take the New England Patriots every week against the spread, and you'll win at least 12 to 13 games. This is hard, though. The Texans have a good defense. They can hold them to a low amount of points. Even if their offense doesn't do much, they can hold them enough to keep them within the 13 points. The reason why I don't believe that's going to happen is because I think New England is going to be able to show enough looks on defense to overwhelm Deshaun Watson on offense. He's still learning. He's only 1.5 games of experience in the NFL. I think he's extremely talented and is going to be good, but not yet. So Bill Belichick is going to keep the Texans defense on the field, and they're going to get tired, and by the middle half of the third quarter, the Patriots are going to run away with it. It's going to be around 24-10, and you take the Patriots, you take the 13 points, and they just win this game by pretty much a landslide. So I'm going to do one over-under this week. I'm going to do more over-unders in future weeks. I think the obvious over-under this week is you take the Falcons and you take the Lions. The over-under is right now 49.5, and you take the over. Both teams score a lot of points. Both teams don't have great defenses. The Falcons' defense is overblown, and I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. I think the Falcons are at least going to score 36, and the Lions are at least going to score around 30. So they're going to score more than 49.5. I think they're scoring like 60. So I think that's an easy bet. You take them and you take the over. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, click here. If you want to watch my last video, click here. Thank you all for supporting me. Please comment below. I love answering all your questions. I know you're going to give me heat for losing that Green Bay game, but I lost 2 games this week so far, guys. At the most 3. Give me a little bit of credit. Just a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a great week this week. And have a great week and great weekend, everybody, and happy holidays.